Hello everyone and welcome back. Gonna be picking up a new Let's Play series, and it's kind of a weird one because I'm doing a Let's Play on a pack that I already did a review for. Um, so the reason for that is because, um, well, I did the review and I did a playthrough of this pack, and I mostly made it to endgame. I would say I was getting to late game. And then I realized that I essentially didn't make the right moves in the early game to set myself up for that position very well. Omnifactory and I think GregTech in general, I'm realizing there's a very interesting strategy you have to go about when taking on a GregTech pack. And that is um, rather than just trying to make things auto craftable and just try to automate things in just a very AE2 way, like I'd expect or like you can with other packs, this pack is so resource demanding, and a lot of the crafts often take components that require going through several machines, and all of that just takes a really long time. So it's not very practical to just craft everything you need on demand, or like by the time I was even mid game, I was waiting, 10 minutes plus just to make a single like motor or simple part I needed, I guess, for any given um, machine. So I guess that's what I've realized that there's quite a different approach, and it's better to just try to keep things in stock. To automate everything in assembly line form and just try to constantly keep items you'll need lots of flowing in their post crafted form. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm gonna try at least. It'll be different. It'll be interesting. And I'm excited to see how it goes. So without further ado, I suppose I'm gonna be getting in here and creating a new world so that I can just talk a little bit while we look around and try to find a spot to get settled. We'll just call this one Let's Play. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Fingers already aren't working. That's not a good sign. I'm going to have cheats on just in case I want to do spectator mode filming later. Generate structures on Lost Cities. I changed around the configs for a couple of these. I think I made the chisel one the one we want, because I mean, anytime there's chisels in there, why not just have nicer blocks, right? So we'll choose the chisel one, and I played around to tweak the rarity of the cities a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I get a good world. I don't want to have to hunt for a really good world, but we'll do our best, All right, here we are, and this building right here is the one I've decided is ours. I ended up changing to a rare cities world. Ended up kind of liking that more. And first thing, when you get to a building, Omnifactory, you want to light it up, because sometimes there's spawners in there, sometimes it's just dark so baddies spawn. We don't want any of it. Oh hey. Chest, no loot. We're gonna pick up the chest though. Okay, we'll also finesse the furnace. Alright, good enough to keep stuff from spawning in here, and that's all we really care about right now. I like this one. I like these ones that are big, flat, you get lots of space to work with. Didn't have much damage, which is nice in the way of to the building itself. Put some torches going up. Oh yeah, just like that. And we even have roof access. Hey, yeah. Let's get up there, right? You can light everything up good. Just one extra. Good measure. Oh, this isn't even the roof. Wow, a whole nother floor before the roof. Too nice. Too nice. Oh, and I officially can't sprint. That's okay, because we have a plan for when we get to the roof. We have something we need to do, and that is farm trees, as you can imagine. I'm gonna head up here. Let's just kind of get some, I want some torches right here around this. And then maybe a couple up here. Okay, several different types of wood. Honestly, actually, I kind of like that those right here. I'm gonna hope that all, oops, hope that all spreads. That'll be nice when it does. No axe, I know. This is the terrible part right here, so let's get this sped up as quick as possible. There we go. Then more wood. Two. And three. Okay. And then let's make an axe. So the normal axe, it's not going to be able to vein mine. That's a part of Omnifactory. Maybe just GregTech Community Edition in general. I'm not quite sure on that one. But you cannot vein mine by default. So what that means is you need to make a very certain kind of axe. So we'll get there. Don't worry. And honestly, we'll probably get there like this episode super fast. It's not going to be... That'll be a goal. All we have to do is find some iron and some coal, pretty much. And I'm going to be just out of reach, so let's grab... It's going to get dark up here in a second, so we're going to probably take this wood and just head out. Oops. Yes, but as I was saying, I don't think I explained this well enough. If you haven't watched my if you haven't watched my mod pack review for Omnifactory, I recommend checking it out. It'll be linked in the description. I explain some stuff a little better there, but essentially, this is a great guided walk through the GregTech Community Edition mod. And what GregTech Community Edition is, well, it's GregTech made by the community. The guy himself, I'm assuming his name's Greg, who made GregTech, gave some people permission to just kind of combine several instances or versions of his mod he's had over time and just into one sort of representative piece that's supposed to represent all of standard GregTech, or what, if you could even call it that, given that there's like 6 versions of GregTech. Yes. So, get our little setup going. We can get a little bit of charcoal, get some more torches. There we go. And in fact, we can even use this to smelt all that. Now we have 2 kinds of wood that don't match, but I mean, these are just going to become pickaxes, so hey, what does it matter? I've come to think that I don't really know why I made this pick, considering I have these. Yeah, that wasn't very smart. Okay, we are going to need a mine, and I honestly recommend that go outside. Let me get some of that charcoal. Oof, I don't really know what I'm going to be able to do with not being able to crouch. I guess wood's probably higher priority, and hopefully just nothing. We'll go light up the upper floor so nothing spawns on us. So we'll do that before we go mining. Get a little more wood. Okay, and the rest for upstairs. Boop. And we're going. Not being able to sprint. It's so bad. Okay. Make sure we got it nice and bright up here. Oh, creeper already spawning. Oh, man. Okay, so we came up a little shy. This will just be a little mob spawning platform. Oh, or we'll just let them blow up. That works too. Okay, we want to get some of this oak so we can get some food in the form of apples. I don't think cooked apples in their pack. It's not like, I mean, it's kind of a skyblock thing, so. Boop. Aha, a single apple for our troubles. Let me just check. Apple. Yep, no cooked apples. As to be expected. So we'll just speed through a couple more trees real quick. Getting back to what I was saying, so I said that Omnifactory is a guided walk through GregTech, but I guess that doesn't really help anyone who doesn't know off the top of their heads what GregTech is. GregTech is a tech mod built on top of forestry and mainly focusing on IC2 and adding additional features, so there's just a lot going on with it. Yeah, man, it adds tiered circuitry, it adds wires. Let's just take a look. So we have these cabling, the wires. You transmit electricity through. Each one's rated for different tiers of voltage, and those are like your tiers and how much you've progressed in the pack or in the particular mod in this case. And what Omnifactory does is it, quote, Gregifies a lot of the recipes, as you'll see. So, that's your standard, wire charger recipe, right? These are to be expected. Except when we go to the standard wire charger, it looks a little different, right? We got a charger from Applied Energistics that would never be in here normally. Dark steel plates from GregTech, so we're going to compress dark steel into plate form. Same with electrical steel. You're going to need some of these conduits, which also use the GregTech wire now. So you can see what I mean. Lots of stuff is quite changed up from how it's meant to be to force you to go through GregTech when progressing through all the other tech mods. I think that's really fun. I think that's really cool. This is a good pack to try that out with. I would also recommend playing a pack that has GregTech and like Magic, because man, people do such a good job, like you wouldn't believe, of making you use a tech mod to like progress through Magic in just a way that's pretty creative is all I can say. The way you figure that out is beyond me. All right. We still can't quite sprint again, but we're almost full on saturation, and that may be enough for me to go do a teeny bit of mining real quick. How sad. How sad. Oh, that's not the way we got to go. Sprint in moderation here. And we'll go ahead and use this guy here. Where do we want to put this mine? I don't think I have a problem with making... Actually, it already... Oops. I think there was a spot over here that was already get dug down. We'll just take advantage of that. Yep. Oh. Uh-oh. That's scary. But that's okay. Perfect. Yeah, so you'll see it doesn't work on dirt very well. It's a 3x3 mining tool, these hammers. It works well on stone. But we'll be there soon enough. I'll come back when we have a bit more materials. And if you look here, if I light up the place, you'll see we found our first ores already. This is tin ore. Okay, tin, cassiterite. Probably a good thing to, early game resource. I feel like tin is and iron are probably the most used ones in the beginning, so couldn't ask for much of a better vein here. Now we just need, shoot, I forget what they call iron in here. It's malachite, not malachite, something like that though. It's got an M in it, I think malachite's those like fake diamond gems though, or that's zirconium. Geez, well, I guess I'm going to be really learning my chemistry here in this pack like you wouldn't expect. That is one of the goals of the quest here, is to make a whole bunch of different kinds of, like automate a lot of the different elements, because you can get a lot of them in this pack. Oh, now would be a great time, if I had the forward thought to think of this, to show off the scanner. Why did they give this thing to you? So I cannot use it, of course. Alright, we don't really need to look for diamonds quite yet, so I think I can, it'd be nice. Don't get me wrong, it'd be kind of nice, but let's focus on the common ores for now. You can shift right click to configure your scanner if you haven't used one of these before. It comes with a rare ore, common ore, and range module, and whichever ones are currently in that upper tab right there are going to be the ones that are active, the ones that are being pinged. So you'll see we can charge it up like this. Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, and you can't see anything because we're in the middle of a tin vein. That gold right there is a good sign of coal and gold, I believe, because those come kind of bundled together pretty close to the surface. So actually, sulfur and apatite. Okay, that makes sense. We're in extreme hills. So apatite, I don't think I'm gonna need a lot of this right now. That's a little unfortunate. I don't really want phosphor, but I'm sure we'll need it at some point. Let's give one more scan so I can get a better look around. Maybe that is not tin over there, because the only thing maybe that below us is iron. That looks like copper or something. The colors aren't perfect, The system is. There's a lot of ores. There is a lot of ores in this pack to be compatible with. In GregTech, period. The scanner mod does its best. So let us tunnel our way over there. Okay, so you see there's a little bit of vanilla spawning still. That was some normal vanilla coal ore. Because GregTech kind, I think you need to smelt. But this is bauxite, so this is actually titanium, I believe, technically, and aluminum. Oh, aluminum. Aluminum's a good material to have. Wow, we got some lucky ones. Aluminum becomes pretty vital around the medium voltage tier or something like that. Unfortunately, I don't think anything that comes with it here is something we want. Nope, okay, well. So we go. Mine a little more. Honestly, I don't really recommend, as much as I'm doing it, I don't recommend strip mining in GregTech when you want to find specific stuff. I'm going to go dump off my inventory, and I recommend just, especially for the early materials like tin and iron, as you saw, they can be real close to the surface. So I just recommend walking along the surface and looking for them. And so I'll show you what to do when you get to that position, right after I dump off all of this. All right, and by doing some scanning, I was able to find, as you'll see here, one of those gold veins I was talking about. So you can see it's pretty gold. It looks just like the phosphorus. You wouldn't tell them apart at first. But we're headed down there. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I'm blinding you all. We're headed down here because you can see gold ore this close to the surface. And this is all magnetite? Magnetite. I think that's like a coal iron mix or something. Like, it's really crazy how GregTech works with that kind of stuff. Like, there's almost every combination of ore you can imagine too. So there we go. Don't want to get too deep here because spooky, scary everything. Oh, some vanilla iron ore. We'll just take that. Get us on our way. Yeah, definitely pick up the vanilla ores because they're just as good. And I'm confident I know what those are. All right. Yeah, gold is not a resource I feel like you get too much of a problem finding, even in the early game. I don't need that much either. Oh, I have some torches. Pff. Just mining in the dark. Silly me. Vanadium magnetite. Okay, let me see what magnetite. I think that's iron. Magnetite? Yeah. Check recipes. Sure enough, that is iron. So I guess I'm going to try to strip mine out quite a bit of this. Oopsie. So in case hammers, tip, they're from thermal foundations. Most people should know how to use them, but if you don't already know, you can do 3x3 or you can shift to single blocks in case you mess up, like I just did there, because we're trying to be time efficient. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Just bonk all this ore with the hammer. Bonk, 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 bonk. Beautiful. Make sure you stop and pick everything up. Okay. Okay, we'll come back in a little bit to this vein, but here's what I recommend doing. Anytime you find a vein of something like this, where you know what it is, hit J on your keyboard, and then open up your waypoints, and because you're going to see your mini-map, we're going to leave a waypoint here called iron/gold. And let's just make that gold. Save it. And then what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that if we step away, right, big old gold beacon shining in the sky. We can see that above ground from anywhere. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn that off. So that means that when I walk away, no gold beacon in sight, and I can just toggle that back on at any time that I do want to get back here and have my way guided by said bright gold beacon. Oh, hey, we got a friend. I think we can outrun him back home. Now, allow me to get home where I did not set a waypoint. I also recommend doing that to your house, as I have not so well demonstrated. Otherwise, you'll end up with the confusion I'm about to have. Oh, hey, actually, is that one ours? I think that one's ours. Ooh, spooky. All right, sure enough, this was our house. And we are back. So let's open up the quest book real quick. Actually, I'll get the iron smelting, and then we will open up the quest book. Throw in that magnetite. What do we got? That's not the quest book. Just so you know, you don't really need this thing. You can just keep it in a chest or even void it. It's not all that important. You can just hit grave key to open this. This is going to say, oh, that's your redeemable quest to get more of those cakes. I don't really want to do that right now. We'll do the drawer task in a second. We're about to get the iron, so that's good. Let's just take a quick cursory glance over the quest. So the Genesis quest is like, you're not even beginning, you're not even early game. It's just like general tips, you know? So if we look at the beginning, this is going to be our start into machines, the first couple tiers, and all the way up to MV. I don't think any HV in here. You get to do a little bit with thermal expansion in this tier. Not too much, but nothing either, so that's kind of nice. And you'll notice this is a very complex web of tasks, quests all the way through here, right? And that's just, look at this, this is crazy. But ultimately, this is just like, hey, make all the different types of thermal expansion stuff. So, it's not that crazy. And like I said, I got into this tab before, and like that's kind of where I stopped. But we'll try to make it to this one this time, right? Get real crazy. I hope we can. And you end up with like the most insane creative item in the end, which is just like infinite stuff. It's like the creative chest, essentially, of this pack. What's this? This is going to keep track of your circuit progression through the different tiers. They kind of represent the tiers here vertically of different circuits. So tier 9, first and only, tier 8, tier 7, so on, so on, so on. And the different casings that go with those. And yeah, so that's what's going on with this one. The rest are all like linear. You go from beginning to early to mid to late to end. And just these two are some oddballs kind of. We have our 12 iron needed for that quest. So I did a good enough job stalling there. Let's look. And now we need to turn some iron into raw iron. First though, I'm gonna at furnace. Okay, so what tiers of furnace do we have? I feel like I need the copper before iron, right? No, I do not. That is very good. So we're gonna upgrade this to an iron furnace since that was mostly done cooking. Just use the wooden pick that I made. I did make it after all. I better use it. Not thinking about that they gave me all these hammers. So wrap that iron all the way around. Boop. That's an iron furnace. Okay. I don't believe... Can we make the next tier? Copper? We don't have copper yet. I did think I saw some though. So this is nice because we can queue up even more stuff to be cooked. Which we'll now do. In fact, I think I want to make a whole second one of these furnaces even. They also become faster as you upgrade them too. Oh, actually, this is not the stuff I want to do. That's not what I thought. I thought vanadium was the stuff that you could smelt with, but apparently not since I can't stick it in there. So we forget about it. And just throw out you. Even more iron ore. Okay. And with the essentials queued up, let's get one more iron furnace on its way, since you'll have to make multiple to get the highest tier 1 anyway. And perhaps what about another chest while we are here? What can I smelt that with this? Okay, I'm gonna do some smelting and I'll cut back to when that's all smelted up. So that's our quest taken care of, I believe. Yep. And we're gonna get our first Omnicoin, or Omninickel in this case. This is the currency you use. I didn't mention that, but Omnicoin. Wow, you really think I'd know these kind of things, but if we right click it, we can see the uses, right? So we can craft the coins into stuff, and keep in mind these are rewards. So for just pennies, we can get, you know, lapis, we can get essentially iron, some other lower tier ores, and then using the nickels, we can get slightly better stuff. Gems, uranite, that's like, you can actually get ender pearls from that, which is kind of neat. It's interesting. We'll be doing a lot of that at some point in the future. Not right now, though. That was odd. Oh, and we have more iron ore, so I guess we should get as much of this smelting right now as we can. Okay, we have the raw iron. Back to what I was saying. Let's make our first wrought tool, which I think is actually a quest even. If we go back to where we're supposed to be. Vein mining tree. Oh yeah, there's the iron way to do it. So there is this thing, which we have a quest to make, which we might as well do. Boop. Right, huge old lumber axe. So that's going to be a quest. And then how feasible is doing the wrought tool way? Oh, you have to, I don't know actually, you probably have to get to like plates and stuff. Oh, it wants us to make tiny charcoal. All right. Let's do that for the quest real quick. Like I said, I'll just knock some of these out. There wasn't even a reward for that one. This one just tells us, hey, you should check out the endgame tab because you're going to want to automate like everything by the end of it to get the motes of osmium. Yep, so as you can see, iron, it wants us to get 64 of everything to prove we're like automating stuff, because some of these are pretty hard to get 64, believe it or not. Okay. Yeah, we'll worry about making a raw iron axe later, because we need the food still. We need to start breeding animals. It's probably something I'll want to get done. I'll try to get done before the next video, so I'll have constant food. Not be starving the whole time. But it is what it is. Let's get some vein mining done. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. Yep. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be too much, too much. And we're gonna get a lot of apples once all this wood is cleared out, which is what I'm looking forward to. Sorry if I sound tired, by the way. It is late, and I'm just kind of playing some Minecraft so that I can want to fall asleep, you know? Because that's like what I think the game is best for. Just kind of relaxing. Boop, 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 boop. And that should be all the apples we need to not be dying anymore. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, hey, welcome. I think I'm not going to be replanting trees for a little while. I'm going to keep the saplings. Just, I guess I have no real reason. I'm just going to do that, though. Oh, I can sprint again. Finally. We'll get some, as soon as I get ender pearls, my first ones will go to making elevators so I can traverse this place faster, too. We got the open blocks elevators in here. And I think this merits one of these being dedicated to wood again, or just in general. And then that'll allow us to take the output from here, throw it all in there. There you go. Try to keep this somewhat sustainable. If I want, I could. I think hoppers. The recipe's been modified, so I'll have to do some stuff before I can make a hopper and then have it just feed itself. But let us see. Let us see. I don't know why I keep thinking my quest tab's up there. Playing MC Eternal recently. It's probably something to do with that. Okay, a lot of the stuff is just make stuff out of iron. I just kind of want to show you guys the useful stuff. Work tables. These are going to be good. So we can get books from just mining some of the bookshelves and then nearby, whatchamacallits, buildings. Let's go ahead and do, there's the 4 chests we need for the work tables. Here's going to be the crafting tables. Okay, now we just need the books. So I need to mine about 2 bookshelves. I know that there are some up here. I don't think I really mind destroying the bookshelves for now. Oh, hello. I think I'm just gonna leave you alone. Is he gonna follow me down? No, he's seemed to have tricked him for now. Apparently I need to light this place up better too. And with that, we are back here. Let's put half these in there. Half these in there. Okay. Might as well throw in this last iron ore into the queue. And what was I doing? Put these saplings away. Oh, I only got 3 books. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Okay. I'll make a stone sword, I guess, to take care of that skeleton with too. All right, let's get this guy. Oh, I'm choking. There we go. It's all right. There you go. Some bones. It's good to have. Let's head back down. make some of the work tables. We'll talk a little bit about why those are nice. So, books, chest, crafting table, 4 work tables. Ta-da, go quest, there you go, thank you. And we're gonna stick our work tables right somewhere, maybe there, it seems fine. So the way a work table works is you can put in a recipe. I realized bucket isn't the normal recipe either. What's something we're gonna have to make a bunch? Let's see. Get our reward. So it wants us to make a bunch of wrought iron stuff. Okay, we can do that. So we'll do an example here. This one will be our tools one. So a stick right there. And this is an inventory for ingredients, like an auto crafter kind of you'd think of. So you can see we can make an iron hammer, except I know I'm not going to be silly. We have to make a wrought iron hammer. Boop. There we go. That's a tool. And notice how it saves this recipe. So if I was to, you know, start crafting something else, I could then click it. Oh, well, that's supposed to fill it in. You can also right click to lock recipes as well, but I think I actually modified the recipe. There was my issue. Interesting. I don't really know. I'll get back used to how to use those in a little while too. So that's that one. We're going to need to do the file, which is going to need plates, and the way you make plates. So this is a recipe we're going to want to save. A hammer and 2 wrought iron. So we can get 2 plates that way. Just kind of grab them out of there, which is nice. We're going to need that and, oops. Keep it in there. Don't forget, unlike a normal crafting table, this is not an inventory, only here is. So that's the thing. I do forget a lot. Then we're going to stick, well, the stick right there. That's going to be a file. So that's another one down. We're going to need a saw. So saw blade's going to be, okay, kind of, we're getting a little complicated here. So we're going to need 2 of these. We're going to need boop, that and that. It's going to get us a saw blade, which we can then combine with a stick. It's going to get us our first wrought iron saw. Check. Going down the list. Keep that in there. Going to need a wrench, which is just a hammer and a whole lot of wrought iron. I find it funny it makes us make this one because I don't remember us using this tool quite a bit further in. Get rid of the iron real quick. Oh, hello. Let's make a whole stack of raw iron. You end up using a lot more of that than the real iron right now anyway. And just gonna be more of waiting on that, so I might as well do the storage drawer thing real quick. I want us to make frame drawers, I can't forget that, so. And then a framing table as well. Did it have to be that kind of frame drawer? I'd really like a 2x2 instead. Yeah, it does want one of those. Okay. And it wants us to make one of these. Okay. So just some extra oak wood. And I think you need to make 2 batches, yes. Which means more wood for us. And it makes up the recipe. Weird, it didn't work. And now we have the trim we need. Thought you could do something like that, but I guess not. Okay. Oh, we'll plop this guy over here. Do the drawer going in. Give it a trim. think that's all you need to essentially just make an oak drawer. Still considered a framed one, but not going to use the trims probably for anything else. Maybe we'll stick some of those like right here. Make a couple more. I don't see why we shouldn't. Boop. Then our wrought iron will probably be in good supply. These go in, frame them up, boop, 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 and then we can take our cobble, which we have oh so much of. Perfect. That's going to keep our chest a little cleaner. We're going to grab the wrought iron out of here. We're going to get that wrench made, so, oops, that's not where you go. Hammer, it's going to get us a wrench. Once you place it in your inventory, that's all you need to do to get these quests. Oh, or not, maybe you do need to exit out of the inventory. Okay, yeah. We're going to need a screwdriver, so it's going to be rods. And the rods involve the saw, so let's see about that. Yeah, saw and a long rod. A long rod is hammer and 2 rods. Oh, file and an ingot. Okay. So this is one we're going to want to save. We'll probably use rods quite a bit. So we're going to lock those two because those are the ones we're going to use the most. And then we're going to clear this out. One of those, a stick right there. And what tools? Something like that and that. Yeah. Okay, that's going to give us the screwdriver. This one's complicated. This thing used the file on a rod which has been sawed in half, right? Okay, so let's get this crafting. We're going to want one more rod. Then we're going to want to clear that, add the saw, add the rod, and then that's going to teach it how to make bolts, and we're going to want to save that. Then we're going to want to add the file in the bolt, and apparently that's not how it goes. I think you need 2 of them to get a single screw. That's that taken care of. Then we're going to request some plates, and I think it just needs 2 more rods now for the handles. Yeah. How do I remember all this stuff but not how to use my currency? I guess that shows I didn't use it all that much. Not that. Screw there. What went in the middle? Was it a 3rd plate? I think I'm crazy. I am. Okay, 3rd plate. My bad. Doot. Get these here. That guy in there. And then some combination of like this. And that's gonna be everything except the mortar and pestle, which I think, okay, it does want raw iron. I thought that one wanted normal for a second. So just any stone. I think we'll just steal the cracked stone bricks. I don't know what else I'll use those for, so. I thought these were Minecraft. Oh, they're Minecraft stone bricks. I guess I should have known those were separate. Isn't andesite a stone? These are stones. No. Okay, yeah, I'll stop trying to cheat it. Just cook up some cobble. Riveting gameplay. I know. How does he do it? On the bright side, watching the furnace go is making me tired for bed, so this is exactly why I love Minecraft. Put away some of this stuff I don't need. Could need that while I'm just hanging out. Only thing I hate is when you're trying to go to bed and right when you start to get tired, you also get hungry. It's like, what? Why now? All right, and that's a good place, I think, to call this episode, because now having all these tools, so these are, I think I should have explained this better. These are the GregTech, like, basic tools, I would say. These are being the wrench, screwdriver, wire cutter. They're what you're going to need for a lot of the first two tiers to manually shape wires, to manually, file down the notches and screws and cut bolts and that sort of thing. And in doing all that, also, did I save? Yeah, I think I saved everything good. In doing so, you make... you help start getting like your basic circuits and your basic machine frames, and the machines that you make being like, if we look up just at GregTech, these first few pages are going to be just different ores and stuff. Okay, we have things like an electric furnace, pretty obvious what that's going to do. Alloy smelter, you can imagine too. Assembling machine, don't have to explain that one, or we'll get there. Okay, a lathe, right? A lathe cuts down things into rods, so like that will replace the screwdriver eventually, or the file. And then something like the polarizer magnetizes things, so that can be useful in motors later, instead of the weird recipe they give you before. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding. There's like, pulverizers to replace the mortar pestle. There's compressors to replace the hammer, but we're gonna get there, and that's kind of what's so fun about the pack, is just going through and working your way up. And it's a big grind to get up every tier, but when you do, it's just very rewarding. So, and with that, I think I'm just gonna have to do a bunch more mining off camera to be more prepared to knock out some more quests, but I will see you guys in the next one. Something Wong signing out. Bye bye.